Welcome to Kendo UI for Vue, a course to help you get started with using the Kendo UI set of components and features in your own Vue projects. My name is Alex Ziskind, and I've been training developers in modern web technologies for a few years now, and I'll be taking you on this journey today. In this course, we'll take an approach that puts you in the shoes of an engineer that's adding features to an existing application for a client, RPS. This is an issue tracking web application that is built using Vue 3 with TypeScript, and you've already developed version 1 of the application in the past. And now your client needs some more features added to the application for a version 2 release. In this course, we'll incorporate the Kendo UI components and features into a Vue 3 application developed using the latest version of the Vue CLI. Now, you'll be doing some exercises in this course, so make sure you download the codebase to help you get started. We'll look at the before and after states of the application so you have an idea of what the goal of each exercise is. We'll start out with adding some basic components to the application, and you'll see how to harness the power of Kendo UI in a matter of minutes. This will show you how to install and use buttons, drop-downs, sliders, inputs, and more. Then we'll get into more advanced components like chart and grid. Now, components don't live in isolation, so it's important to learn how they interact with each other. So we'll see how to incorporate the Kendo UI components to interact with existing functionality and with each other. Finally, we'll see how we can easily change the theme of all the components all at once. We'll build our own theme, and we'll see some other styling options available with Kendo UI. By the end of this course, you'll know how to navigate the Kendo UI for Vue documentation set, how to install new component modules, and how to incorporate components into your Vue applications. Thanks for joining me. Now let's get started with the course. Kendo UI for Vue is a library designed to offer a full breadth of UI components and give developers everything they may need in a single toolkit. And at the same time, Kendo UI can be used to augment an existing UI stack since it plays well with others and integrates to modern design languages, such as material design, for example, without needing to rip out and replace existing infrastructure. Kendo for Vue is designed to be modular. As you'll see in this course, you can install and use only the components that you need in order to keep your code base as light as possible. Installation of components or component groups is done via npm packages using a familiar workflow. Kendo UI for Vue can be used in Vue projects that have been set up using the Vue CLI and running through a Webpack build process. This is the approach we'll use in this course. In your own applications, you can use the Webpack workflow like I'll show you, or you can use the library pulled in using script tags in your HTML. Either method works. Whether your application is built on Vue 2 or Vue 3, Kendo UI for Vue supports both versions of the framework and is built using fully native Vue components from the ground up. This ensures the best performance and no external dependencies such as jQuery. The latest version of Kendo UI is built with Vue 3 in mind and is fully compatible with the Composition API. The Vue ecosystem has grown quite a bit over the last few years, and frameworks like Vite and Nuxt have become quite popular for Vue app development, and Kendo UI for Vue fully supports these frameworks as well. Three other huge advantages to using Kendo is that it's backed by a team of developers with unlimited professional support, there are frequent updates to the library, and it also has an extensive documentation set, as we'll see in this course. This is a beginner-level course for those that are getting introduced to the Kendo UI for Vue library. However, it is aimed at those developers who already know Vue. Therefore, it's required that you already know Vue and ES6 concepts before jumping into this course. This means understanding how Vue components are built, how they interact with each other, how the component lifecycle methods work, and how to use the Composition API. We're also using TypeScript with Vue in this course, so while it's not strictly necessary for you to know TypeScript, it's becoming more and more prevalent in the enterprise and in larger applications in general. Even the Vue library itself is built with TypeScript and has first-class citizen TypeScript support. Speaking of the Vue CLI, you don't need to know it, but just be aware that this is the tool that was used to scaffold out our sample application, so the way you'll run the app is using the scripts provided by the CLI. Don't worry, if you're not familiar with this process, I'll show you how to run the script. You don't need any prior Kendo UI experience or knowledge. We'll cover all that you need in this course. And while I will use VS Code for all the demos, feel free to use any editor you like. However, I highly recommend using VS Code as it has very good TypeScript support. It also has the ability to install extensions to help with Vue development, Pretty popular in the past has been the Feature extension, and the new one that's recommended is called Volar, or Vue Language Features. These are extensions that make your Vue development experience an easier one. That said, VS Code is not required for Kendo UI.
Let's have a look at the sample application that has all the Kendo components in place to get an idea of the finished project that we're building.